Hey everybody, it's Peter Green coming at you with your daily dose of Agile. Today's Monday, and on Mondays we talk about what's trending in the Agile space. And as I checked out Twitter and LinkedIn and all the social media this morning, I noticed a lot of posts that to me show that not everybody agrees on what two important words mean in any team or organization. And those words are commitment and accountability. And so today I'd like to share what I noticed teams getting wrong there, and my two tips, one for commitment, one for accountability on how to do that better. So let's start with commitment. First of all, what do teams get wrong with commitment? What I see is either an unwillingness to make commitments. So commitments are very vague. Nobody says what they're going to do and by when. So either they're not being made, or when they're made, they're vague. I'll make a commitment to work on that, or I'll make a commitment to get back to you. Those are pretty vague commitments. Commitments, my tip here is to be very clear and to ask other people to be clear if they're committing to something. So an example of that would be stating specifically what you're going to do, why you're going to do that, how it might help the team, in other words, or the outcome that we're working towards. And then very specifically say when you're going to do it and how you'll follow up with people. So commitments should always have who's going to do the thing, what it is they're doing, and when they'll be done and how they'll follow up. Often that clears up almost all of the misconceptions, because what I find is that commitments are frustrating for folks when people are not on the same page about what was being committed to and by whom and by when. So that's my tip on commitment. Now, accountability is the other side of commitment. Notice that I ended the set of things that I would commit to with how I will follow up. Now, how I will follow up is actually my accountability. If you think about what that term means, account means I'm going to go tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you how I did on my commitment. And so accountability is about following up on commitment. And the thing that I see teams doing wrong here is not doing it. So it's uncomfortable to ask somebody else how something went, because you assume that you're accusing them, or you might assume that. There's a lot of assumptions about accountability. But if somebody was really clear on the commitment in the first place, in other words, hey, I'll do this thing, I'll do it by tomorrow night, and I'll let everybody know. And let's just take this situation where for some reason we don't hear from that person. Well, I feel very comfortable then following up and saying, hey, yesterday when you made that commitment, you said you'd follow up by end of day today. I haven't seen anything. Did I miss that? Did I miss something from you? How did it go? What went wrong? So being willing to hold each other accountable is pretty critical here. My tip is to do that with empathy, because if you do that in a way that is accusatory or assumes ill intent, you can check out the video we did on fundamental attribution error to learn more about that. Then accountability feels like a taskmaster kind of cracking the whip. That's not what accountability is. It's shared accountability. We hold each other accountable on a team, not like the boss or the team lead holds everybody accountable. So if we're holding each other accountable, then that means we just ask what happened. And if we do that with empathy, understanding that things change, understanding that things are unpredictable, things come up that we couldn't predict. So if we do that with empathy, then the person can feel like, here's what actually happened, and we can be honest about how things are going on the team. Without that, it can feel like finger pointing, blame. We don't want those things creeping up on the team. So that gives us a chance to address if something's going wrong, and it gives us a chance to know if something is done and we can move on. So those are my top tips on commitment and accountability. If those are useful to you, please like the video, share it with a friend, and if you would like to get notifications for when these videos are posted, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hope everybody has a great week, and this week, hopefully you can practice being clear on your commitments and holding each other accountable, but with some empathy there.